Hello, my beautiful beings. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and watching about what I'm about to talk about. It's pretty deep. So what this video is going to be talking about is dealing with a covert narcissist. And that's what I'm not going to go too far. You have your overt narcissist and then you have a covert. I have done some research on an overt, but for me, I know more about a covert because that's what I dealt with. That would be my mother, who was a covert narcissist. And the reason why I want to make this video is because I literally have to. It's my passion to help people and to heal people. And right now, 2/3 of the world are at home. And you might be at home dealing with your covert right now and not even knowing that you're what you're dealing with. And you're just like, what the fuck? Like, is this me? And that's where a lot of the confusion comes in is they play this victim mentality. Like they play on words and they just play on words, and it's really hard to nail it and put your finger on it because they constantly try to make you feel like it's your fault. So okay, so you have an overt who is very strong and opinionated in how they feel, and they are the grandiose and very arrogant, and I'm so wonderful and I'm so this and you are so lucky to have me in your life. And then you have the covert, and the covert, they will act and present themselves to the rest of the world like, oh my goodness, I'm so wonderful, I'm so kind, I'm so this, I'm so that. And then but yet the person who they targeted, they they say these things, but they make you feel another way. And I know it's kind of hard to understand. If you're in this situation, like you kind of getting it, because like that's just how it is. They just play on words. Like for example, they can say you want to start a business, and a covert will come to you and say, well, they might sound like they're caring and sound like they're trying to be cautious or want you to be cautious, but they're coming at you like, well, have you thought about what if this happens? Well, what about if this happens? Okay, well, have you thought about this? And instead, a caring parent, or let's say, your narcissist in your life isn't a parent. It could be a child, an uncle, a aunt, a niece. It can literally be anybody in your life, a coworker. For me, it was my mom. So it was a parent-daughter relationship that was hardened by it. And if it was a parent trying to give you advice on starting a business, a loving parent would say, you know, give you hope and say, you can do this. You got this. Like you have everything inside of you that you need to make anything successful. But meanwhile, a covert is going to say those things that I said, like, well, have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? And so it leaves you confused because you leave and you're just like, well, they said this and they sounded like they cared, but yet I feel like this. So it must be me. Like, it's something wrong with me. And they won. They got their way. That's exactly what they were trying to accomplish, and that's what they do. They make you, a covert makes you feel like you need them in their life. If you don't have them, like, you're not going to make it in life because they are so smart, they are so wonderful, they are so this, they are so that. You are so lucky to have them to be a part of your life because you ain't shit, pretty much. So okay, I got some notes here. I got a lot of notes. I'm just going to get out the overall gist of it all so you can understand what a covert is, because like I said, it's very confusing. So you might be at home in this quarantine living with this person day in and day out, and you're confused as hell. And I want to get shed some light on it and help you understand, like, look, it's not you. It is not you. You're not crazy. You're not making these things up in your head. You're not feeling this way because there's something wrong with you. You're feeling this way because for a reason. You're feeling this way because something's going on. Okay, so let me look down at my notes. So yeah, covert. They're very vulnerable and anxious. They're less socially skilled. They're resentful, needy, but they still have the same narcissistic themes as an overt, as in their grandiose and their arrogance. and they're validation seeking, entitled, but it just looks and feels different with them. And like I gave the example on how like they try to give you advice, and it's like a kind of like a back doorway, trying to make it seem like everything's nice, but no matter what the situation is, who the covert is in your life, they make you feel disempowered. They make you feel like you ain't shit. They make you feel like you need them. And that is their main goal, because they need that validation, like, yeah, like it's me, like I'm amazing. And you just have to remember, like, because it's so confusing, but you just have to remember that at the end of the day, those are their problems. Okay. For me, I actually, so my mom was a covert narcissist, and I grew up like that, and I'm also an only child, so I didn't have anybody else to talk to about this. And with the covert, they make themselves look good in front of other people, so even my friends would be like, well, what's the problem, what's wrong with you, like why don't you like your mom, like she's nice, like she invited me over for freaking tea and crumpets. So we're originally from England, so that's why I say that. But yeah, she is, it's just crazy the confusion that sets in with this. And I just always remember till recently, and as a little girl, just always being so confused. And like I said, even if your covert's not a parent, it could be anybody. They're gonna leave you feeling like, what the fuck, like what, like what do you mean by that, like what's going on here? It's really confusing, and that's why it's hard to put your finger on it. Like when I came across a narcissist, I was like, well, she kind of does that, and but she doesn't really do too much of that. And then I came across a covert, and I was like, oh my god, drop the mic, are you fucking serious? There's a name for this? Like, I'm not crazy. Like, I knew something was going on. I knew something wasn't right. And yeah, I was just like, yeah, like covert says checkmate, check, 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 check. Like, and I'm just like, wow, this person for my entire life has tried to make me seem like I'm fucking stupid, like I ain't shit, like I need them in my life to accomplish the smallest things because I can't do it. And now it's just like, okay, no more. Mm-mm. Hell to the nah. And I'll be making another video on how that really affected me in the way how I led my life up until now, and the people that I've invited into my life with this mindset of being unworthy, unlovable, non-deserving, like just invisible, just like I ain't shit, and where I am today. But that's a whole nother video. Okay, so let me check down at my notes. The grandiose can show as, a grandiose, it can show up as like, I am too smart for this job. These people are so lucky that I even show up here. Like, are you serious? Like me? Another one can be, do you know what I would do if this was my business? If I had the funds for this, like, oh my goodness, I would have done this, I would do that. Like, it would be amazing. Like, this business would just take off. I don't know what these people are doing, but me? Oh, it would be the shit. The entitlement also shows as as they feel victimized. So they may say things like, oh, I shouldn't have to deal with this, or I shouldn't have to deal with you, because I'm so amazing. Like I could be doing so many different things with my time right now. And a parent telling that to a child is very hurtful. Like, I don't have to deal with you. Like, the fuck? Am I not the child here? And you're the parent? I'm pretty sure that's how this works, but that's how they make you feel. Let's see. Their arrogance can come in the form of that they feel like all their gifts and talents were never validated. So they always have this victim mentality of, they like nobody recognized them in life, and so they got to pour it on all onto you. And as a child, you feel like when somebody's acting like that, You feel you take all their responsibility. You have to take on their happiness. You have to make them happy. Like if you see that they're sad, if you think that they might be stressed out, like, oh, it gives you anxiety because you're like, oh, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do to like make this person happy? What can I do to make this person feel good? Like what I need to be doing something for them. And it's like they are grown, they are their own person, they need to figure it out themselves. But they make you feel like you have to do it. And that's really stressful, even if you're not if you're just a grown person. Like nobody wants to, you have your own feelings to take care of, you have your own emotions, and now this person is making you feel like you have to take on theirs because they don't know, they really don't know how to handle it themselves, but they make themselves seem like they can handle anything. They really can't. What else? I got a lot of notes, and I have really bad handwriting as well, so just bear with me. Okay, because they believe they know so much. How could you possibly try to tell me anything? They dismiss anything and anybody has to say because yeah, they dismiss anything anybody has to say because they are the best in their field, in any field. Like they are just the best at everything. So it's like, you can't tell me this. Like, oh, you might specialize in that, but because you might have went to nursing school, but I've been to the doctor before and I can tell you this and this, and it's like, I'm pretty sure you don't have the credentials to be telling somebody about what they went to school for. But a narcissist is like, no, I know everything, I am the shit, you can't tell me nothing. Okay. All right, what else? They validation seeking consists of constantly needing to be recognized for all of their accomplishments. Like, let's say that they cleaned up their room, something, it's just an example. They clean their room. So they are expecting you to come in and be like, oh, wow, like, oh, wow, like this, the sheets are so nice. Did you wash your sheets? And wow, the carpet's not, and what do I smell? Ooh, it smells so nice, and there's no fingerprints anywhere. And oh my goodness, is that a new candle? And oh wow, and I just love. They just want, it has to keep coming and coming and coming, but it's never enough. Like, is that 5 minutes? They're take it, and 5 minutes later they're back to just being like, whatever, yeah, let's go. And it's like, really? Like, I just gave you all this praise and made you feel so good, and that still wasn't enough. Like, okay, so gotta think of another strategy. What else can I do for this person? What else can I do? Like, can I do anything? Can I say anything? Can I buy anything? That, like, what if this was different? And it's just, it's stress on you. And it makes you feel like you're crazy. And it's not you. Okay? It is not you. I promise you it's not you. You're not feeling those ways for no reason. It's because they're fucked up at the end of the day. All right. What else? They also often dismiss or look down. Oh, they look down or dismiss people who inspire to have more out of life. And it's like, well, if I'm not aspiring to have more, why on earth would you be doing it? Like, I'm okay where I'm at. And it's, yeah, it's like, because like there's more to life than just what you have. A lot of narcissists, what they have in their life is what they were able to get out of people, being manipulative, and just pretty much being manipulative. And what they have is that's it. And they're not going to inspire to have more, even though they're going to talk shit to you about doing it, and how if they're going to do this, they would do it that way, but they'll never do it though. They're just sit there and tell you about it. And they're like they damn near like have on a crown and they're sitting on their throne. It's just like, oh, I would do this and I would do that, but you better not do it because you're not me and I'm the shit. And makes you feel like it disempowered, makes you feel like you ain't shit, like you can't do anything without them. Okay, and everything is just in such a backdoor manner that so it's so hard for you to understand, especially like if you're a kid and you're already trying to understand the world and comprehend everything, and then you got this person who's just playing with your mind, playing mind tricks, and it's just all these different, just mind fuck after mind fuck after mind fuck. And it's a lot, and then you just are so confused. You're just sitting there, you're just like, what the hell? Okay, so for me, like I said, my narcissist was my mother. So all year round, it was all these games, all these mind games, all these backdoor things that were happening to me and leaving me confused and always questioning everything in my life. And then really confused because I would look at other parents and their relationship with their kids, and I'm just like, okay, so why, like, parents do hug their kids, parents do show affection, parents do say I love you. Okay, so what the hell is going on around here? Well, I guess it must be me then. And so you feel like this all the time, and then here comes my birthday, or here comes Christmas, and I've just got like a shitload of presents, and I got this amazing birthday party, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? And then recently I realized, you know, and that is one way of her being able to show love, is through gifts, because she's not very affectionate, but that does not mean that everything else didn't happen. All the other mind games and stuff, it still happened. Doesn't mean, I'm not saying that she didn't have any type of love for me, but you also play these mind games as well. And then another thing that I was saying that I realized when I got older is, like, a lot of these birthday parties that I had, with like all these over the top birthday parties and all these crazy gifts and stuff, it was like, it wasn't for me. That shit was for you. So the other parents who are coming are like, oh my God, wow, you put this together. You made that birthday cake all by yourself. Oh my God, these decorations are absolutely lovely. Oh, Rochelle, you're so lucky to have such a nice mom. And like, even the other kids will be like, oh wow, your mum's so nice. Oh wow, she did all this for you. Oh, you're so lucky. My mum would never. And I'm like, if you only fucking knew. Like, but as a kid, you just kind of go with it. Like, you're just like, yeah, like, I am so lucky, and yeah, this is because you don't get to do it at any other time in your life. So you just like, oh, this is my opportunity. Like, yeah, I have a normal lifestyle. Like, yeah, like, I am loved by my mother. Like, yeah, I'm not jealous of you and your relationship with your mom or your dad. Like, nope, nope, I'm just happy exactly where I am. Yeah, so that's that. These are the folks that sit around, oh, waiting for opportunities to magically just show up at the door, because they're not going to go chase it. They're not going to put in the hard work to get anything done. It's supposed to just come to them because they're just so wonderful. They don't have to seek for anything. It should just happen. So when they see other people succeed, they become very resentful and angry and jealous, and they often will dismiss the other person who actually put in the hard work and had the passion and put in that energy to have anything else. And they are very, very, very judgmental. Like, nothing's safe. They will judge you. They will judge everybody else for everything and anything. Like, it could be the color shirt you decided to wear, how you raise your kids, what the hell are these kids doing, or, you know, who chose that type of car, and who told you that, and why do you have this type of job, and why, like, everything and anything. Like, nothing is off limits. They judge everything. And then, so a lot of them aren't very socially skilled, because, like, let's say you get invited to a party and they're not going to do it, but you actually got them to go, you know, some way, somehow, and they finally give it and they go. Well, they're going to be sitting there. And the same for somebody who, like, my mother was actually pretty social, but she was a covert as well. So she would go to a party, but they would both do the same thing, to where they would, well, okay. All right, let me back up. Okay. So one of them, there's different, you know, it's a personality disorder, and everybody has their own personality. Even though they all have this covert or even overt narcissist, they still do things in a different way, because they are, you know, they have their own personalities. So some could go there and be like, I don't want to be here. You can just feel their energy. And meanwhile, everybody is there having a good time, yet they're sitting somewhere in the corner and they're just like, oh my gosh, like what the fuck is going on around here? What are they talking about? Like politics and like, oh my God, what the hell is she wearing? Oh my gosh. And what is this food that they're trying to get us to eat around here? And so it makes you feel like, it gives you anxiety, and you're like, you know what? Let's just leave early. And because they're making you feel so bad because that they're feeling bad, that they win at the end of the day. They still win. Like they didn't really want to go there, and now that they're there, you guys are going to leave early because they are, putting everything down and being judgmental. Or if you have one who is super like socially skilled and wants to go out to a party, and then you can get one like my mom, and it could be like she'll be there, be a social butterfly, and oh wow, this is so amazing, and oh I love who catered this party, the food is just so divine, and blah 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 blah, and oh my god, I love that outfit, did you put that together, that's amazing, wow. Yeah, and then on the way home in the car ride, it's, did you see it? Oh, sorry. Let me do the British accent. Did you see what the fuck she was wearing? Oh my god, that was awful. And then you're just like sitting there and you're like, what the hell? You told this person to their face that you liked it. And now you're over here talking shit about it. Like, oh, and those decorations, those were so horrid. I mean, I could do it bad with my eyes closed. And they're just going on and on and on. And it's just like, you were just there having a good time, acting like you liked all of it. So confusion sets in once again. All right, let me see what else. I can go on and on with all my examples. They will dismiss. They will never notice the hard work. Oh yeah. Back to that. Like they won't notice anybody's hard work because they literally won't even entertain it. Like they don't entertain it at all. Like if somebody ends up making it big out of their circle, it's just like they don't. Whatever. Like they don't entertain it. It's just like this person just fell off the face of the earth. I don't deal with you. I don't know you anymore because you've made it too big. You made it better. You've made something out of your life better than I have. So they dismiss it. Yeah, this video's getting kind of long. All right, let me see what else. Covert narcissists. Oh, they are never satisfied with anything. That kind of goes back to what I was saying, when they're never satisfied, when you keep going on and on about something like, oh wow, like this room is so clean and this and that, like they're like, oh yeah, okay, and then 5 minutes later they're just back to being bored again and they want you to entertain them. They're constantly complaining. Yeah, let me just go through all of these notes so I can just kind of try to wrap things up. Oh, they're very aggressive and they can be very argumentative. And this one example is, you can tell them, like you can get to argument with them, which usually in most parts you can't win an argument with a narcissist, period. You're not going to win an argument with them because they will just go on and on and on, and they can get this rage inside of them. But if you point out something to them that they just can't deny, and you're like, look out this window right now, tell me that sky is in blue. And be like, well, fine. Well, fuck it then. I don't want to keep doing this, and da 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 da, and they just going on, and then you're just like, whoa, like Jesus, like woman, it is not that serious. So you're just like, just forget it, and they win again, and it's like you really didn't even win, like even though you kind of won the argument, but they won it overall because you're just like, just forget it. I don't even want to talk about this anymore because you're doing too much. Oh, they're hypersensitive. I got a lot of notes here. It's a lot. I just hope so far you got the gist of it. And if you're in the situation right now to where that's the type of person that you're dealing with, that you are kind of like, oh my gosh, like I think I understand what she's saying, and like go do some more research, because there is a lot of stuff out there that will tell you about a covert narcissist. And I'm just here to let you know, like, I'm with you. I understand what you're going through more than most people, okay? I'm not saying anybody because there's other people that have been through it, but I definitely understand where you're, how you're feeling, the making you feel unworthy, unlovable, like that. Those things are not true. And even though it's hurtful and you might feel like, like, fuck this person, like, damn, like they have completely just fucked up my whole life, or or even just a moment in life. Say it's just somebody you're dating, you've been dating for a few years, and they're just like completely fucked up the whole relationship. They have a bit, it has a big impact on you, and you're never going to forget it. So just, yeah, just know that I understand what the effect that it can have on you. And the confusion is that's like the big, I think that was the biggest thing for me, always being confused and never, and sometimes, not some, a lot of times feeling like, oh, it's me, like I'm not good enough, I'm not a good enough daughter, and I'm not pretty enough, or I'm not smart enough, and I'm not like those kids, and I'm not good at sports. And I was also told, I don't, I guess, diagnosed with dyslexia when I was in school. So in primary school, which would be elementary school here in the States. And so with that, on top of dealing with that, I just felt so much, like, just a lot of shame and guilt, to pretty much, with everything, I just ended up feeling completely invisible. I didn't think I was good enough for anything, good enough for anybody. And almost feeling like you need this person in your life to be able to accomplish anything because they've made you feel like you ain't shit. So just know that you are so much better than anything that this person has tried to tell you. You are so much better than how they've made you feel, and you can get over it. It's not going to be, you're not stuck in this for the rest of your life. You can get over it. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. Well, kind of, okay. It kind of is easy. It's hard, but the steps to do it are easy though. And I'll explain more in other videos, but just know you're going to be okay. Like, it's not over. Your life isn't done. You will be okay. I don't care how old you are, what you've been through, who you're married to, whatever it is, you're going to be okay, and you will get over this. So until next time, like I said, I'll be making more videos, but until next time, I love you guys so much, and stay tuned for more.